What is this place? We have arrived at a knot in the pattern. What is a knot? The pattern is points and strands. This is a place where the pattern is tied in a knot. It is obstructed. Yes, it is a mess. Do mortals not understand the pattern? Mortals cannot understand the pattern. It is beyond their capacity. Mortals strive for all that is of value to those who possess little time. They are not capable of seeing the pattern as we do. I see. So mortals create knots in the pattern. Exactly. We enter the realm of the makers. These constructs were of their creation. I do not recommend using your ice magic against them. They are much more susceptible to shock. Electrical attacks foul their mechanisms. I see. They are curious devices. Shadeling will follow Wisp's advice.
Anybody there?
Shadeling expends great power to eliminate only 2 mortals. All that we do is of the pattern. Every action we take influences the pattern. Every path we choose strengthens or weakens the pattern. Choices are made upon what is best for Aetherius and its maintenance, rather than personal freedom. I see. So each step that we take, no matter how small, impacts the pattern. Every action is a repair. That is correct, friend Wisp. Every action has an effect. Or a reaction. What of the elimination of mortals? Does that not affect the pattern? The elimination of mortals is a misconception. Mortals are not eliminated. They simply change matter. The pattern has become twisted. It is not simply mortals that twist the pattern, but entities of all kinds. Eliminating mortals is in fact but a question of changing their matter to something inert. Such as neutralizing a virus. That is correct. We have been given a gift to see Aetherius, to understand what entities support the pattern and what entities destroy or not the pattern. We untie the knots. Your spells are very effective against the Maker's constructs. These constructs are autonomous. Many constructs of the Maker work from a single mind, a single consciousness. These are not of that type. These entities simply wait for those to enter and try to eliminate or change their matter. Is that correct? That is correct, friend Shadeling. Elimination of these entities, these constructs, is simpler than those that work from a hive mind. You must be careful, friend Shadeling. I sense that your power reserves are at less than half. You must conserve power. Thank you, friend Wisp. I will follow your instructions. I will be conservative. I will be able to recharge your power, but you must have time to safely rest in order for me to do so. I understand, friend Wisp. The Dwemer constructs and architecture aligns closely to the pattern. I find that their civilization was among those with the greatest understanding of the pattern that I have seen thus far. It is fascinating. Yes. The makers were accomplished. However, the makers too suffered from hubris. This is true. Very few civilizations overcome hubris. It is eliminated. Friend Shadeling? Yes, friend Wisp. If the pattern is constructed of strands and points, then what are we? Shadeling is a traveler. Shadeling travels the strands of the pattern. Then what is Wisp? Wisp is a point on the pattern. Points are where strands cross. Wisp is a point, a crossing point. And yet I move. Yes, friend Wisp, I have invited you to join me, the Traveler. You are now a moving point in the pattern. You are one of a kind. You are unique. A movable point in the pattern is a powerful thing, then, yes? Precisely. Having a movable point in the pattern allows us to maintain expand, and repair the strands. I see. Thank you, friend Shadeling. Friend Shadeling. Yes, friend Wisp. Are there others like us? There are others who can influence the pattern directly, but each is different. Each actor on the pattern has its own method, its own signature that makes it unique. There are others like us, maintaining the pattern? Sadly, no, friend Wisp. There are others who use the pattern to their own ends, corrupting it in the process. Powerful entities that impact time and space, working toward their own objectives with little regard for how it impacts the pattern in other ways. These are entities we must be aware of. Your ice magic is very effective against these creatures. It would seem their flesh is susceptible to frost. This is so, friend Wisp. Your power grows. Pursuit of power is necessary to attain higher levels of access to the pattern. I will try to conserve my power now, friend Wisp. That requires creativity. Indeed. Be careful. This is why we try to use spell casting capability in targeted ways, taking advantage of gravity and physics when possible. It is more efficient, is it not? Yes, it is, friend Wisp. These creatures, they are known by mortals as Falmer. They themselves are a twisted knot in the fabric of the pattern. This is not by their doing necessarily, but it is again a consequence of hubris. We lay a foundation for defense and attack with a single spell to eliminate two at once. Friend Shadeling. Yes, friend Wisp. What of consciousness? Is there not value in consciousness? Does not the elimination of mortals or transformation of their matter eliminate consciousness? Consciousness is a function of their form. When an entity has changed form, the requirement for consciousness is removed. It is no longer required. I see. It seems like a shame. It is not. A change in matter is simply a change in state, nothing more. It is a necessity, then. Yes, in order to untangle the pattern, obstructions must be eliminated or changed into matter that is inert. These creatures are not inert. They do harm. They cause obstructions. But not all are this way. So we eliminate some and leave others. That is correct, friend Wisp. We eliminate those required to remove the obstruction and nothing more. The pattern has a wondrous ability to adapt. If there is a knot encountered or an obstruction created, the strands of power adjust. The pattern adapts to route power, life, and creation to the proper places despite the obstruction. We, however, are required in extreme cases where the very fabric of the pattern itself is in jeopardy. Removing obstructions, untying knots, speeds the healing process. I can feel it already. Even as we work, I can feel the flow of power, the freeing of capacity. I understand what you are saying here. We have reached a location I have deemed important. Although I am unsure why. I feel a shift in the pattern here, as if this were a strand leading downward, or upward, or to another plane of the pattern itself. You have judged correctly, friend Shadeling. This location marks the gateway to a path ever deeper into Blackreach. Friend Wisp, what is Blackreach? It is the nexus of Dwemer power in this province, in this area of Tamriel. It was once a great civilization, and much power can be found there. Can we reach there from here, friend Wisp? Alas, no. The device we need is not available to us. We will have to acquire it. But this is one of several gateways to Blackreach. We must go there and find what power we can. I agree, friend Shadeling, but first, you must rest. You have had a long day, and your power is all but gone. Thank you, friend Wisp. We have done good work. Thank you, friend Shadeling.